Hello friends, it's Sarah, and today I am doing my June 2022 bullet journal setup. So the theme for this month is a webcomic called Check Please by Ngozi Ukazu, and it's great. It's great. It's so cute. I love this webcomic so much. But before we get into this, the tarot cards I have for this video are the World, which represents travel, change, union, and reunion, a swell of pride at achieving success, and the path of liberation. I thought the travel and change and the achieving success parts fit with the webcomic really well because it follows a group of hockey boys at college. And, there's travel, you're on the road playing games. There's success if you win the championships. So I thought that fit hockey very well. The other card I have is a Two of Cups, which represents a relationship existing in perfect harmony, symbiosis, and reciprocity. I thought this fit the main character Biddy and his relationship with Jack, where they just complement each other so well and are just perfect together. And they have this wonderful, beautiful relationship where they are equally supportive of each other and just have that great reciprocal relationship. If you have not read Check Please, like these little comics that I'm putting on here, there are definitely spoilers for what happens during the years, so my recommendation is that you just stop watching this video, go read the entirety of Check Please, and then come back and continue to watch me set up my bullet journal because it's excellent. You don't want to spoil yourself. Just go read it. It's amazing. You'll fall in love. If you liked Heartstopper, you'll love this. It's like a more adult version of Heartstopper. Not that there's anything super adult about it, just they're in university, so there's some cursing and some talk about more mature subject matter, but nothing explicit at all or graphic. So the reason I want to do a spread based on Check Please is because I watched the Heartstopper Netflix series like everyone else, and I binged Heartstopper, and then I was like, man, I want more like cute content. And then I was like, oh my god, Check Please. I was obsessed with this as it was coming out for like several years. My friends and I would have a group chat where we would impatiently wait for the next set of panels to be posted, and we would message each other in this group chat to be like, guys, the update's up, and then we would scream about it together. But I hadn't really read it since it ended, which was, I believe, last year or the year before. I hadn't gone back and revisited it, and I did that recently and just fell in love all over again with how adorable this series is and all of the great mental health representation, very similar to Heartstopper. It's got like depression and anxiety mental health representation. It's got wonderful queer characters, an excellent found family, and all the hockey boys are just so silly. I love them so much. They're just a hoot. But I decided that I would do a Check Please inspired theme, and I was like, I can't draw. Well, who am I? I can't draw. So I just instead spent longer than I care to admit scouring the internet and looking at all of the different pages. I actually like reread the entire comic and then printed out pages from some of my favorite scenes or ones that I thought showcased the characters really well, printed them all out, resized them in Word, and I'm sure you all know how much fun that is, and then I cut them out and put them together in this kind of collage style. I also went to Michael's to try and find a red Tombow dual brush pen because I had like a pink one in my set, but I didn't have this red one, and I wanted one that would match the Samwell jerseys that they have. And I also found some washi tape because I wanted those red lines, and I wanted them that Samwell red. And I brought my Check Please book with me to try and match the colors. And this is a bit more red than I think the jerseys are. They're like a little bit more towards burgundy, but I do like how this looks, so I'm happy with it. But in case you're wondering what kind of a person I am, that's the kind of person I am. I do have a video coming out, I don't know if it's next week or the week after, where I talk about Check Please more in depth. So if this setup has intrigued you, make sure to subscribe and hang around because I do have a full screamy video about why you should read Check Please. So that was my cover page. I have my handy dandy sleep tracker as always on the right hand side. I know last video I said that I was hoping to get more sleep in May than I did in April, but I don't think I have. I feel just as tired. Although Parsnip seems to have decided that maybe like 5 or 6 is feeding time instead of 4:30, so that is better. Here's hoping that June will bring even more rest. I used this blue floral washi tape because I didn't have any like red ones and I didn't have any like hockey themed ones, but I thought this kind of matched the blue of the Falconers jerseys. It's a bit of a stretch, but that's fine. On the following page, I have my monthly setup. This one, I made sure to double check my dates and make sure that I was writing them out properly and that I started my week on Monday like I like to, because last month just kind of like threw me off a little bit. But this time I got it right. It's proper. It starts on Monday and I have the right number of boxes. I did draw like an extra line on that second page at the bottom, but that's okay. I used my white Jelly Roll pen to write in the days of the week, and it was okay. It's not great. Like, not gonna lie, it never turns out well. I find that these white jelly rolls, I'll like write on something and then it'll just kind of like sink into the background ink. And so it looked kind of like pinky. And then I went over it again and it looked slightly better, but still pretty pinky. So if you guys know of any good white markers, like, or white fine liners or anything like that, let me know, because this one's just not really cutting it. And I don't use it a ton, so I haven't really gone and looked for better ones, but anytime that I do pull it out, I'm like, wish this was better. Or maybe it's my technique. Maybe I just need to wait for the ink to dry longer before I try and put the white jelly roll on it too. I don't know. If you have any tips, let me know, because I'm not impressed with it at the moment. I glued in these little posters that they had made, like in comic, the characters had made these, and one of them says, "This baby is a Stanley Cup champion, Jack, 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 Jack," which, spoilers, Jack wins the Stanley Cup with his team, the Falconers, and the group chat makes that poster. And then the other one says, "Do not let this bad boy bake," and has a picture of Eric, because in his last year he has to do his thesis and he's been procrastinating, so the team comes together to prevent him from baking so he can finish writing his thesis paper and actually graduate from Samuel University. I use my red washi tape to create those nice straight lines because it's a lot of work to try and draw the lines with my Tombow dual brush pen, but the washi tape is super easy. I also definitely use a lot of washi tape. Like, you won't see this in this one because I only show the first weekly setup that I do, but by the time I got to, I think I had to do 5 weekly setups for this month, and by the time I got to the last one, I ran out of washi tape, and so I ended up using my Tombow dual brush pen to make the lines, which didn't look quite as nice and neat, but that's okay. And then once I had used the washi tape to make these kind of little lines again to separate out the days of the week, I just wrote like the first letter of the day of the week and then a little hockey stick and then whatever the actual date was going to be, just to add a little bit more of that hockey flavor in there. And then I pasted a little picture of Senor Bun, who is Eric Biddle's Stuffy, who makes appearances throughout the thing. He has like little cameos in the background. So he's on there, and I'll post pictures of the other weekly spreads that I did, because I have pictures of Senior Bun, but then I also have Baby Jack pictures, which are just the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. They bring me so much joy. There's one, I think it's on the last week, and it has little Baby Jack with his like little chin on the ice, and he's going scoot scoot, and it's so funny. I went around for like a full week after I reread it to my boyfriend going scoot scoot. So that is my June 2022 bullet journal setup. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read Check Please, because it's so good and it's so cute, and I'm getting hyper fixated on it all over again, so I'd love some people to scream with about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in my next video.